Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Redskins. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Mike ready. Black 25. 4. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Jam him.
They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
A second-round pick out of LSU. The league's about to get their first real extended look at running back Darius Geis, who missed all of his rookie season with a knee injury, but he was ultra-productive in college with over 3,000 yards rushing. A strong runner inside, can also get to the perimeter. He's fortunate enough that the knee injury happened early enough in the season last year that he should be ready to go for all of 2019.
Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing. Hey, watch. Let me go.
Jameis to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A look now at the defensive starting lineup for the 49ers. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, this is Geis. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. A look at the numbers for Geis a week ago. 24 carries, 94 yards.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into...
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. Picked off by Quan Alexander. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
I got one. Let's go.
They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Winston. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Winston. And he slings one that's incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the ground game now with Geis. 23 yards the pickup there.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
I know he ain't got it. Check.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. To throw, Winston. Then Latimer's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Cody Latimer, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Niners heading out behind their 6-year quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy, of course, sat behind Tom Brady for much of his tenure in New England. Won his first 5 starts as a Niner in 2017. Then the injury last year. So still some question marks surrounding number 10 out there under center. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And the starting crew now for San Francisco.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a 2nd win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Here's a look at the starters defensively for Washington. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week. That pressure on the QB is key. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Got the connection here to Bourne. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. And he's got his man on the out route. And out of bounds right around the 20. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And yet again it's Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 14. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help, because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This is Coleman fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Brandon, would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's Geis. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The tackle by Eric Armstead. They'll run with Geis. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Winston. Over the middle, complete. It's Peterson. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. Now a toss. This is Geis. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
They go play action. Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Boom all day.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
The Redskins on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing, Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. He's got a first down past the 30. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Perry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here we go.
Out of his end zone, Winston. He gets it complete to Harris. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now a run with Geis. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line.
where they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
And that'll set him back 5. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw.
Go, go. It's running.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Winston, open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Let's go, D. Shit. Let's go.
3rd down, here's Geis. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Then tomorrow on Monday night, it's the defending champs, the Patriots, on the road at MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. 2 not to miss to close out Week 6. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Here we go. 180. 56.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Open man is born. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's caught. It's the rookie Deebo Samuel. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now Gold for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On the ground, it's Geis. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Pettis once again the target, but it's going to be second down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Here we go.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We get started up in the Meadowlands. Arizona making the trip east to take on the New York Giants. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front in that one. Trent Taylor, a touchdown reception. From there, we stay in the Empire State. We head up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. The Dolphins seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. A.J. Green, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, it was Jimmy Garoppolo, who was brilliant in that first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Here we go. Big hit. And 58 is a mic.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he loses the football a second time. And the Redskins scoop it. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check tight end, check tight. Check tight. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Shotgun handoff now to Geis. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, Winston. It's brought in by Harris.
Oh, yeah.
he wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They will run again with Coleman. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down.
Don't say nothing. 56.
Off the play fake, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Back near his goal line. Here's Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
This is taken at about the 14.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
White 25. 56 is the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
First down, here's the run with Peterson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
On 2nd and 1, Winston. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Winston now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Geis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll move him back within 6 now. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
On the counter, here's Coleman. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
58, boys, 58, 58.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. That's Mike McGlinchey, former first-round pick out of Notre Dame with a penalty. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Right there. All day, baby.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Second and 9 now from the 21. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4.
Ready? Black 22. Mike 56. Let's get it together, defense.
On second and 9. Winston got a man. That's Quinn. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Let's go.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. First down, Winston. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. On third down, Winston. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. On the ground, Geis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Geis alone in the backfield here. Second and goal.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Third and goal, Winston. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Open man is Bourne. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Here's Winston. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Quinn. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Winston. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To the air again with Winston. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Winston looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now a handoff. Geis going right. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
54, right there, 54.
Again they run. Again it's Geis. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Winston to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down by 5, 2:21 the time left. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And his throw here's incomplete.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, we are.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. They'll look to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now. He'll look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He's back to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Back to throw, Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw is Garoppolo. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Watch the slant. 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 Watch
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He wasn't ready.
So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Niners, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.